Hello and welcome to News Central Television. I am Dakbo Adigboye, and here are stories making the rounds beyond the continent. We begin the news in America, where former U.S. President Donald Trump has appealed a decision from Maine top election official disqualifying him from the state's Republican presidential primary ballot over his role in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Trump, the front-runner for the Republican nomination, asked the state Superior Court to reverse a decision from the Secretary of State, Shenna Bellows, barring him from the March 5th primary ballot. Bellows concluded that Trump incited an insurrection in an attempt to hold on to power following his defeat in the 2020 elections. His lawyers, however, argued that the decision was the product of a process infested by bias and pervasive lack of due process. Colorado had earlier barred Trump from appearing on the primary ballot for the same reason. Now joining me to discuss this further is Otumba Olabode Oseni, a political and public affairs commentator. Thank you so much for your time, Otumba Oseni.
Thank you very much for having me, Dapo. And let me quickly wish Central News Nigeria a Happy New Year and Happy New Year to all your viewers all over the
All right, it's News Central. All right,
world. Oh, News.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, sir. And let's, of course, start off with the first question. What impact do legal challenges such as this being, barred from appearing on primary ballots in certain states like Colorado and Maine have on the person of Donald Trump's chances of contesting the 2024 presidential election?
Um, let's start by saying the opportunities are built into when you appeal the case or any judgment or decision by a lower court. What it is the status quo will be mean as it is. The names of, the name of Donald Trump will remain on the ballot boxes and the papers in Colorado and also in Maine. So, because as long as the Supreme Court of these states see have to go to appeal on the Supreme Court of the USA, his name remains. The answer to your question is his name remains on the ballot. So,
All right.
until otherwise proven by the Supreme Court of America.
All right, now let's talk about the significance of the court battles faced by Trump in terms of his ability to secure the Republican nomination for the 2024, presidential election.
With Donald Trump, he happens to be one of the very rich Americans, and then also until the last 4 years when he turned to run for the presidency, he won the election 8 years ago. So he has the resources. He has all what it takes to make trouble with the system. And we should also not forget that the judiciary in America is a little bit more political than the real legal in other climes. So he will continue to challenge. He will continue to finance anything that would delay judgment against him. And as long as, like I said, as long as that is continuing, he will continue to be a predominant figure in this year 2024 election. He will continue to make waves. He will continue to build up his base. More people will be want to see him. I'm talking of more of a Republican want to see him to run. But then the truth of the matter is there's a conundrum here, which is the situation is confusing, and that these two states that choose to remove him from the ballot, are they right or wrong? Is it going to be chicken before the egg or egg before the chicken? Because here the two states are saying, you know what, since 1872, when the Congress, removed Confederates, that you are involved in anti-state activities. And that has not been used until recently, until January 6, 2021. And that is where the problem is. So it's a real occasion, a real situation, very difficult. But then again, I can imagine that the judiciary people are doing all what they can to solve the
All
conundrum.
right. Now, if all the states in the United, of course, in the USA block Trump from the GOP primary ballot, can he still run for office?
Okay, that's exactly what I'm trying to say to you. That if all, let's assume all the states say, well, they don't want to have him on the ballot in their respective states, and he goes to Supreme Court. The law is there. I mean, the state will not have any choice but to respect that he has appealed their decisions, and what will then follow will be how quickly the Supreme Court will intervene, will get involved, because every time uh, Donald Trump decides to delay or appeal cases, it's just like buying time for himself. It's like he's a beneficiary of all these status.
All right. Now, before I let you go, Tumba Oseni, let's talk about the impact of this on his candidacy in terms of popularity. Has this been positive or negative? And also, are there any historical precedents that could work for or against Donald Trump?
Yeah, well, again, situation like this has never happened. I mean, since 1872. 1872, when that was when the GOP removed a couple of Confederates for some anti-state activities. Now, uh, that provision has not been used since then until January 2021, January 6th. So it's a new, it is like something new, something that has not been frequently used. So the effect on him is neither here nor there until when all the I mean, jurisdiction and everything are put into practice. I mean, sorry, are put into use, revisited, rechecked, reappraised, and see how best to judge Donald Trump. As it is, Donald Trump remains something, what do you call it, in the flesh for American political scene. It remains a problem to America.
All right. Otumba Oseni, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a great day.